Hello once again, our most valued student. My name is Confident and welcome to another revision session of financial mathematics. And in this one, I'm looking at this question. Remember, we have already looked at the previous example of a question and I looked at this one. Right, so this was a revision session on the previous videos. So there's quite a number of videos I did on this section, but now this is what we did. We are now looking at this question. Let's dive straight into the lesson. It says Mary wants to buy a fridge that cost 15,550. Okay, this is the cost price of the fridge. So this is the, as I said, you must know what you are dealing with. So now the now value, now the fridge is costing this. This becomes your P already. It's not in the future. This is the current cost. So whatever money they give you, you must ask yourself, is this the money in the future or is it the money now? If it's in the future, it's the A value, the accumulated amount. If it's the now value, like a fridge is costing 15,550 now, that's your P. Now she has to pay a deposit of 15%. There is coming part, the deposit, which we're going to work on, what to do with that as a percentage, all right, of the cost, and the balance, which means whatever is remaining after the deposit. Remember, the deposit is going to be the cash price you pay. It will be in cash. So you pay the deposit, then they tell you that since you can't afford to have 15,550, bring us a deposit of 15%. Then the rest of the money, we are going to finance it or help you borrow that money. Then they are telling you on a hire purchase agreement. The moment they give you hire purchase, you know what it does. The formula A is P 1 plus I dot N. That's what they're saying. The moment, words mean a lot. So if you're reading that, you must understand, why are they giving me this word hire purchase? They're telling you the formula to use. Remember, they might not give you these formulas in the exam. So you must know this. There is the compound interest formula, and the compound interest, you need to know that, as well as the hire purchase formula. Now the rate of interest on the loan, they are giving you the rate of interest, and then it's simple interest. Yes, it has to be simple interest because you are dealing with hire purchase. The repayment period of the loan is 54 months. You need to convert months to years. In addition to the hire purchase agreement, okay, pay attention now. That is where now they add extra few things just to take you off, so that you might make errors. They're saying in addition to the hire purchase agreement, an annual insurance premium of 1.5% of the total cost of the fridge should be added. Interesting. The annual insurance premium should be paid in monthly installments. That's very interesting. But now let's look at the questioning, how they're gonna ask it, because from here they'll be asking you step by step by step. That's what is interesting. I like it because they didn't just ask one question whereby you have to put this, you put this, you put this. They did split it. 2.1.1. What are they saying? Calculate the value of the loan that Mary will take. You see, now the value of the loan, how much money will Mary borrow? It's not 15,550. They said you need to remove the deposit first. So what you do, you're like, okay, 15% is deposit. We are going to say 15% is what? Is deposit. Are you with me? So you're going to say 15 over 100 times the cost of the fridge, which is 15,550. I hope I got it right. Let me just check here. Yes. So what is this? This is going to be the deposit that she's supposed to bring. That's the cash that you must bring. If they are to give you a fridge, unfortunately, if you don't have this money, that's the least cash that they can accept is 15 of that money. 15,550, which is how much is that? 2,332 rand 50. 2,332 rand 50. All right. Let me just check again. I hope I didn't make errors there. We said what? 15%. It's 15 because I didn't see that amount, well, times 15,550. all right, so 233,257. okay, this is the cash amount, by the way. Don't forget, this is the cash you must take with you if ever they are going to give you the fridge. So the question is, are you borrowing 15,550? No. How much are you going to borrow? Then you're going to say money borrowed. What do you think? It makes sense, right? What is the money borrowed? Is this money the 15,550 less, or you take out this cash that you bought, 2,332.50? You must take out, because this is your cash that you brought into the shop. So that's the amount. You said, okay, I got 2,332, or they require that if ever they are to give you the loan. Or the fridge. You don't want the loan, actually, you want the fridge. 2,332.50. You separate these two amounts, it will tell you now the 13,217.50. That's what you're gonna borrow now. 13,217.50. That's the amount which you don't have, and they are happy or they are ready to assist you with. So that's what you do there. That's the first question. What is that question? It was 2.1.1. So you understand, that's your 2.1.1. Let's move on. 2.1.2. What are they saying here? And they are saying now, calculate the total amount that must be repaid on the hire purchase agreement. The total amount. They are all interested on, at the end, how much in total must be repaid on the hire purchase agreement. Are you with me? So what you do, we come and say, okay, so you borrowed that amount. Look at the interest rate now. We're putting things together. They're saying this hire purchase, the interest rate is 16.25. We convert that to say 16.25 over 100. What is this? This is your I, remember. And then it will give us 0, comma, and then 1625. That's the first thing needed. What is the next one? They gave us, we need the, oh, by the way, of course we have to put in the formula. Let me put the formula so that you understand what I'm dealing with. Remember, the formula says A is P1 plus I dot N. Hence you see me finding the I. Now my P, guess what? I got my P. This is my P. So this becomes my what? My P. That's what I'm going to borrow now. Then my N is the next one. What is my number of years? They said how many months? 54 months. And I told you, if you say 54, we did express before, you divide by what? You divide by 12. And then equal to, don't work with the 54 months. So you say 54 over 12. And then it gives us what? 4,5. This is what? In years now. N must be in years. Then if you take this information, we put it here, it will be what? A is equal to P, which we said we know our value there. Let me put it like that, which is 13,217.50, right? Bracket 1 plus I, which is 0,1625 times the N, which is 4,5. Are you with me? And then that's it. This is the future amount of that loan. So in future, or after 54 months or 4.5 years, this is what in total they want you to pay. 217,50 bracket 1 plus 0,1625 times 4,5. Close that bracket. Are you with me? Equal to, so it's going to pay 22,880 to rent 79 or 80. 79.6, which is 80 cents. So 22,882 22,882. So that's 22,882,80. So this is what you're gonna pay. Now the question was, what was the question? The total amount that must be repaid on hire purchase agreement. So this is the total amount. So in other words, this total amount repaid. Okay, that's what you're gonna repay at the end. They want this amount. All right, the total amount repaid. So you, of course, you borrowed 13,000. They didn't say interest as such, but they want the total amount that it will be brought in. If they were to say after 4.5 years, tell us how much money did you bring to us, it will be 22,882.80. Then let's come back to this one. Calculate the monthly repayment, which includes the monthly insurance premium. You see now, they're coming back now to say monthly repayment, which includes the what? The monthly insurance premium. Take this at one step at a time. First of all, let's come back to this insurance part. They're saying in addition to the hire purchase agreement, an annual insurance premium of 1.5 of the total cost of the fridge should be added. You see, the annual insurance premium should be paid in monthly installment. So let's find out. There was a 1.5% annual what? Insurance premium. This 1.5% of the what? They are telling you of the total cost of the fridge. But how much was the fridge? It was not 15,550. Remember, the money you borrowed was this 13,217. So you come here and say, okay, if I'm to find out, let's work it from here. Divide this space like this. To say of this money, let me take it down here, this 13,217.50, right? So now we want to find out how much was the annual insurance, how much was it? So the insurance, they said 15%. So what you do, you say 1.5. It's 1.5 over 100. Always divide the percent times 100. Then you multiply by this amount. And then it will then give us the value. So you take a calculator there and you say 1.5 over 100. You multiply by 13,217, right? Rand 50. See that? Equal to. So at the end of the 54 months, they expected you to pay the 198 Rand 26 cents, 198.26, 198.26. all right, this is the insurance that they expected. So now what you do, you take this is for how many months? This is for 54 months. All right, then you look at this money again. This is the total amount paid for also how many months? For 54 months here. When you looked at this 22,000. So you take these two monies, you add them together. Take these two, these monies, the monies, add them together to find out how much in total will I be paying. So total paid, and then you're saying with what? With insurance. Are you with me? So what you're going to have? You are going to have the 22,882.80 plus the 198.26. all right, then that becomes now the total that they expect to receive, which is 22,882.80 plus what? and then it becomes 23,008.06 cents. 23,081. 23,081 is 23,081 and 6 cents. Alright, remember what to do with money. Then, since this is the amount paid, they're not interested in that now. They're saying monthly payments. Remember, you did this for what? 54 months. Then you take this money, then you say here monthly payment on here, monthly payment. You take this money now, 23,081,06, right? You divide by what? By 54 months. So it includes the insurance premium, because they said it must include that insurance premium. Then when you do that, then that becomes how much every month you will be paying for the what? For the next 54 months. So it's 23,081,06 over 54, which is equal to 427 rand 43 cent. 427.43 cent is 427 rand 43. So this is the amount that you're going to be paying every month. Alright, so that is that for this question here. If you check it, that was 3, 6, 7, 8 marks. Alright, let's move on to the next one. Now another 3, 6, 7, 8. It says the table below shows the rand equivalent of 1 British pound and 1 US dollar. Very important section also, the conversions here and the exchange rates. So that is that they give you, and still the dollar is looking good here. The current rate is around 17 to 18 rand per dollar, you know. Now a South African nurse works in the United States of America. Okay, so you're working in States. The nurse saves an equivalent of what? Of 4,800. So the nurse saves an equivalent of 4,800 rand per month. Are you seeing that? So that's the amount you save. And then it says calculate the amount in US dollars, American dollars she saves per month. So you use proportion. You look at this, says dollar 13.45. So it means here, let me erase this. So 13.25. So it means here 1 US dollar is equal to, let's do this, 13.45 rand. See that? Yes. Now she wants to save 4,800. So you come here on this proportion. Where is the rand part? Here. That's where you put 4,800. How much is that in US dollars? That's why you say it's X dollars. You see? Then what you do? You cross multiply. This multiplies that, that multiplies that. So start with the X. It's X times this, which is what? Which is 13.45x is equal to 1 times 4,800, which is 4,800. Or you can say times 1, doesn't matter, but doesn't change anything. Then how do you get X? You divide both sides by 13.45. You divide by 13.45. Guys, that's how you simply convert now. This is X. You see, it's in dollars. How much is that in dollars? The 4,800 rand. You see, you are moving from a weaker rand to a stronger dollar, so you divide. Remember, the dollar is stronger than the rand. So if you've got the rands, you divide by the dollar. You can't multiply by the dollar. If you're multiplying, it simply means you're saying the rand is stronger than the dollar. So multiplying means you're moving from the stronger to the weaker. Dividing, you're moving from the what? From the weaker to the stronger. Alright, always remember that. This is the amount in US dollars. So she wants to save $356.88. $356.88. So it's 356 point. This is dollars. Remember, guys, 356.88 in dollars. So that's the amount she must actually save. The question is, the next, calculate the amount in US dollar she must save. So amount saved, you can even come in and say this is the amount to save. Alright, so let's move on to the next one. That's why it's 2 marks. She ordered a book from the United Kingdom, Britain, and paid $85 for it. Calculate the price of the book in pounds. You see? So now I'm working just, it's proportion again, guys. They make it 3 marks, but it's not difficult. Look, she ordered a book from the United Kingdom, right? And she ordered a book from the United Kingdom, Britain, and paid $85 for it. Calculate the price of the book in pounds. Now, the only challenge that they didn't was they never gave you the rate between the pound and the dollar. So let's put in the pound. 1 pound is 21.41. So I'll come here and say 1 pound is equal to 21.41 rand. See, I like this part when they give you 2 exchange rates against the rand, but they want you to find what is the relationship here between the pound and the dollar. That's what you're actually struggling with here, or they're trying to catch you up on. So 2 things that you can do at this stage. You're like, I need, look at this. If I say to you, let me put this proportion also down here, say $1. Okay, here I started, yeah, $1. You start with the other way around, you know, when you're starting with the other. So this is 1 pound. When you start with the other foreign currency, it confuses. So now this is $1. So what is $1? It's 13.45. Look at this. This is the 2 exchange rate that they gave me. Are you with me? So what you do the same thing. Cross multiply these. You will see what is going to come out. Let's cross multiply these and cross multiply these. These are the 2 rates they gave you. So what I'm going to have, I will also include the money. So look, this is the pound. 1 times, you'll see what is going to happen. The dollar, I mean the rand, 13.45. You see this is equal to, now is dollar. It's $1 times the rand, which is 21.41. You see this? Now I'm going to what? Divide this. I'm going to divide by the rand. For example, let me divide here by 13 rand 45. Divide, doesn't matter, you could have divided by the 21 on the other side, but it will still make the same rate, by 13 rand 45. When you do this, the rand cancels. We have got now 1 pound. See, this is 1 pound is what? Even here, when you divide, look, the rand, if it was X, it will cancel out. You are left with dollars, you see now. So you're dealing now with what? With dollars now. Whatever you're going to find is going to be in dollars. How much is 1 pound in dollars? That's what is actually happening. So you're going to say 21.41 divide by 13.45, which is equal to what? 1.591. So it is 1.59. Let's maintain the 2 decimal place. 1.59. So it's 1.59. You see, all of a sudden, through these 2, there are 2 rates. Meaning, when they give it like this, you just do this. You cross multiply. You take this, multiply with that. You take this, multiply with that. Whatever you're going to get will be a relationship between the dollar and the pound. Are you with me? So when you do that, that's what we got. It means 1 pound is 1.59 US dollars, which makes sense because the pound is stronger than the dollar. So if for every 1 pound is 1.59, then they say to you here, she ordered a book from the United Kingdom and paid $85 for it. How much in pounds? So you come here and say, okay, you ordered a book, so let's remove this, and you paid in dollars side. The dollar side is here. You paid 85, and then we say how much in pound. It's what? is X pounds. You do the same, cross multiply. It's always cross multiply. So you multiply X times 1,59, which is 1,59x. See that is equal to £1 times $85. You divide by 1,59. You divide by 1,59. See, it must be less because the pound is stronger. So you need to pay less in pounds in terms of the amount or the money that we're going to have. So the amount in pound. So if we do that, it will be 1 times 85 over 1,59. Then what we have, 53,46. 53,46 if you round off 45. By the way, guys, you know how to round off. Shift, setup, and then number 6 is fixed, and then to 2 decimal place, then SD. See, 53,46. So it's 53.46 in what? That's what he paid in pound. Are you with me? If that is the sign for pound, then that is the amount paid. So this is, the question was calculate the amount of the book they paid in pound. This is amount paid in what? In pounds. So the next question, what is it? It says a sum of money doubles in 5 years when the interest is compounded annually. Calculate the rate of interest. This is interesting. Look at this. Let me work it here. A sum of money. Then you can say let the sum of money be equal to X. We don't know that sum of money, whatever thing. So they're saying a sum of money. So look at it. It doubles in 5 years. The interest rate, look, doubles means times 2. In 5 years, these are the years when the interest is compounded annually. Compound interest. So compound interest here says what? A is equal to P1 plus I to the power N. Right, let's do this now. They said a sum of money. So the starting part, what is your P? Our P is equal to X. We're starting with X. So if that money doubled, so you need to ask yourself, since the money doubled, what is it going to be after it's doubling? After doubling, so it means it's gonna be A. The future money will be double is 2 times X. You see that? Double that amount, which is 2X. So it's like this. If the money was 100 Rand, if your initial amount P was 100 Rand, if it doubles, you're going to say your A was 100 times 2, which is 200 Rand. You see, that's what symbol means. But we're not dealing with, we don't know the amount, hence it's 2X. And then you can now put in the values here to say, when you're doing it, there is 2X is equal to P, which is X, and then 1 plus, get this, they want the what? Calculate the interest rate. You see, that's what they want. So 1 plus I, and then we know the years, it's 5, and it's already converted, you see. So from here, what do? You simplify. It's algebra now. You don't want, you see, here, because we're interested in finding I, first of all, divide by X. So you divide by X because it's outside the bracket, you divide by X. See, there. See that that's why they gave it X. There it is. There is no more X. So you've got 2 is equal to 1 plus I to the power 5. Are you with me? The next thing, what do you do next? You are like, okay, I need to get rid of that 5 as an exponent. So what you simply do, you multiply that times as an exponent 1 over 5. Even what you do on the left, you do on the right. Remember, there is a default one there. You say times 1 over 5 in exponent. Or there is another option you could have done. You should have said, for example, 2 is equal to 1 plus I to the power of 5. You are allowed to find the 5th root. You do this, and then you put a 5 there. Even if you do this, you put a 5 there. It's up to you. That's how you get rid of that 5. but since I'm working with that, that's how the 5 cancels there. So you've got 2 to the exponent 1 over 5 is equal to 1 plus I. Alright, then from there, you know what to do. You don't want this 1, you 1 plus, take 1 to the other side, is 2 to the exponent 1 over 5 minus 1 is equal to I. So let's find that. What is it going to give us? So it's 2 to the exponent 1 over 5 forward minus 1. It can give us 0,148. It's 0,14869. Let me make it, because I'm gonna do 2 decimal places, so I need 4 here. 0,14. Okay, just to remind you, whenever you're dealing with I, you just add after this. When you get whatever you get, you say times 100 to make life easy there. Just multiply by 100, then it becomes 14. We say 14,87. So which is equal to I is equal to 14,87. Now in what? I is in percent. The interest rate must be in percent. That's how we do it. Alright, so that you don't find yourself doing quite a the next step and the next step. So you can actually do this to say here, if it's supposed to work properly, still fine like this. You say I, and then the rate, interest rate, you can say I is equal to, let me do this. You can say actually I is equal to 0,1487, and then rate is equal to 14,87%. Alright, so guys, that's how you work around with this kind of a question. So I've come to the end of our section here, where we're looking at the financial maths. As I said, guys, there's quite a lot of work that we did going backwards, so I'll encourage you, grab hold of the whole what can I call it, the whole set, the whole financial maths, so that you can be able to even understand where are these answers coming from. The approach is going to be given in the lessons, and these are the exam approach. I hope you benefit from the lesson. So guys, the approach is based from the lesson, the actual lessons I actually did, and when I'm bringing these questions out, it's a matter of you using whatever we're learning previously to answer now these questions. So I'll encourage you, if you're not subscribed, it means you might be losing on quite a number of lessons. Just be subscribed so that every time I'm loading in some content, you can be able to be a part of this. We've come to the end of our lesson. Thank you.